Hi guys, okay, density. So density, guys, is defined as mass over volume. That is in my key points here. This formula is not in the formula sheet. One way to remember it, guys, is, well, if you can't remember it, is in the question often it gives this unit either in the answer or in the question. It'll say grams per centimeter cubed, and that kind of tells you it's grams is mass per centimeter cubed, which is volume, so mass per volume. So essentially, guys, density is how heavy it is per volume. So a dense substance like gold will be very heavy even if you have a small amount of it. Something that is not dense, like, say, for example, I don't know, a piece of wood is not particularly dense, as in it's quite light. The same amount, if you held up I don't know, let's say, a centimeter cubed of gold, it's actually got some weight to it, but a centimeter cubed of wood is extremely light because it's not dense. Okay, so let's get to a question. The density of gold is 9.3 grams per centimeter cubed. Yara has a gold egg that has a volume of 25 centimeters cubed. Calculate the mass of the egg. Okay, so guys, this is the formula. Density is mass. I'll just write D is equal to mass over volume. And then often you just have to kind of rearrange it to find the thing you're looking for. So here we're looking for mass. We have the density, so I can just say 19 equals the mass we don't have. Let's call it M. The volume we do have is 25. So just rearrange. I can say multiply by 25. Mass is 19 times 25. Let's get a calculator to do that. 19 times 25 is 475. Okay, so the mass is equal to, sorry, what did I say? 475 grams, because mass is in grams. Okay, so her golden egg is quite heavy. That's half a kilogram, and it's only 25 centimeters cubed, which is pretty small. That's 5 by 5 by 5. Okay. Fine, let's get to some past paper questions, guys. Generally, these aren't too bad. Again, they're usually around the kind of 10, 11 mark, which means they're medium. A solid metal sphere has radius 1.5 centimeters cubed. The mass of the sphere is this. Work out the density of the sphere. So again, I'm going to write density, guys, is mass per volume. Now, I have the mass. The mass is 109.6 grams. I don't have the density and I don't have the volume, but I can find the volume, and this is kind of a typical question, guys. It combines it with 3D shapes. Now, the volume of a sphere formula is, this is in the formula sheet, guys, so you don't have to remember this, but it's 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So to get the volume of the sphere, I'll do 4 over 3 times pi times, or is the radius is 1.5, so it's 1.5 cubed, and this is, let's do this. So it's 4 over 3 times pi times radius cubed, which is 1.5 cubed, and I get 9 over 2 pi. I think I'll actually keep that, although no, I won't, guys. I will change it into this. So 14 point, I'm going to put 137, 14.137. Remember, mid-question, make sure you give more than 3 significant figures. So that's the volume. Now I have the mass, which is 109.6. I have the volume, which is 14.137. I can find the density pretty easily by just doing 109.6 divided by 14.137, and I get 7.75 to 3 significant figures. 7.75. I'll just write 3 sig figs. Okay, and that is, guys, it is grams per centimeter cubed. That's grams per centimeters cubed is the unit of density, or it could be kilograms per meter cubed, but okay. Next question. A solid aluminium cylinder has a radius 10 and height h. the mass we are given, the density we are given, calculate the value of H. Okay, so again, I'm just going to write this up here, guys. Sorry, D is equal to mass per volume. We have the mass. Mass is equal to 5.4. We have the density. The density is 0.0027 kg per centimeter cubed. So just be a little bit careful there, guys. But so yeah, this is an example. Mass per volume. So this is the density, and he says to calculate the value of H, right? So this is again kind of a standard question. We don't know H, but we can find it after we get the volume. So first we'll get the volume. The volume is mass. The volume is the mass. Sorry, it is. Let's rearrange it. The volume, let's do it down here. Density is mass over volume. Density equals mass times volume. So density times volume equals mass, and volume equals mass over density. Okay, so there is the triangle, guys, that you may be familiar with. I often don't love using the triangle, guys, just because I like people to be able to rearrange, but it is this. It is mass, density, and volume. So here, mass equals density times volume. Density is mass over volume, and volume is mass over density. So if you want to learn that triangle, fine. Okay, anyway, let's go to this. Volume is mass over density. The mass we know is 5.4, and the density we know is 0.0027. So the volume is equal to 5.4 over 0.0027, which gives me 2,000 exactly. So this is definitely right, 2,000. Okay, and then I know the volume of a cylinder. This is also in the formula sheet, guys, but it's pi r squared h. This pi times the radius squared is 10 squared times h, which I don't know, is equal to 2,000. H is equal to 2,000 divided by, I'm going to divide by all this. That's 100 pi, guys. 10 squared is obviously 100. That's 100 pi. He wants one decimal place. These cancel, actually, so it's literally just 20 over pi. 20 over pi. 20 divided by pi is 6.1 decimal place, 6.4. 6.4. We want height, so it's in centimeters. Well, we just want h, so it's 6.4. 6.4, 1 decimal place. Okay. That's it, guys. That's the lesson. Key point: density is mass over volume.